views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the official views of Real TV, its management, or affiliates. Content is provided for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
To all of our local, our regional and our international viewers, thank you kindly for choosing us here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. My dear friends, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy. Get your pen, get your notebook, Real TV, so you could take notes on important numbers that will be helpful for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Nathaniel Reed. On behalf of the team, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a fantastic day today. Let's not lose the essence and blessings of today. You know, we're quickly approaching the weekend, so we think about weekend. But let's not lose the essence and beauty of today, this Friday, 24th July 2025. A day and time we'll never have the opportunity to ever have again. So don't waste your time, don't procrastinate, do something productive and constructive, set a daily goal, you know. And if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special, all right? Nathaniel, can we kindly go to our quote for today, coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo, and our quote says, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." Ah, this is nice. What you plant, more importantly, if you nurture it, you take care of it, you'll certainly reap the fruit. It's an investment that you make, and that is the formula for life success. So don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant, and what you plant, how you nurture, how you care. All right. Thank you so much, Nathaniel. That came to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo.
Looking for something truly unique this season? Then you need to visit Fab India Expo, located opposite Medford Gas Station, Shogunas. Brand new containers have just arrived, packed with one-of-a-kind garments you won't find anywhere else. Whether you're shopping for something stylish, traditional, or custom-made, we've got you covered with made-to-order pieces tailored just for you. And it doesn't stop there. Take a stroll through our full food court, offering delicious options for the entire family. From savory bites to sweet treats, there's something for everyone. Plus, don't miss our big sale on furniture. Upgrade your home with beautiful pieces at unbeatable prices. So come on down to the Fab India Expo, located opposite Medford Gas Station, Shogunas, where culture, style, and savings come together.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. You know, when we source our guests for this show, we ensure that they are giants in their fields. They are people who are trained and certified and can share their story. So we could be inspired, we could be motivated, because there are days we are less motivated, there are days we are challenged. There are days that we say, no more, I can't do this, and we want to give up. And sometimes the moment we decide to give up, that's when our gifts or the miracles happen. You really have to be persistent. You have to be on top of things all of the times, and don't allow the situations that may come to take us off our path or to get the better of us, but rather to hold strong and make us stronger and say, I'm going to do this. Today, I'm in conversation with a lady, beauty and brains, and more importantly, sharing her story with strong roots from Trinidad, born in Canada. But you see, sometimes we set out, we've got a goal and we've got a passion, and we may be on a path, and we never know how that path, which branch it will take. and that we could benefit from the fruit. Let's say good morning and a very warm welcome to Deanne Donaldson. She is the CEO of SL Contracting and Consultants Limited. Yes, she's a woman and a fighter and a brave woman at it, the CEO of a contracting and consultant company. So she's going to share her story and share her wealth of knowledge with us so we can take some pages out of her book and apply to inspire us, to help us, especially women like myself as well. I'm looking forward to this conversation because sometimes it's the other women that can been there, done that, and surviving and not giving up are the ones who can, we could say, if she did it, so can I. All right? Good morning and a warm, warm welcome.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
It is our blessing and our privilege to have you here on Conversations, to have this wonderful conversation. A woman in a man's world, more so born and grew up in Canada.
Correct.
Your roots heritage is from Trinidad.
Correct.
But it means then that, you know, part of who you are is also Canadian.
Very much so.
Although you understand that your parents, the heritage is from Trinidad, and you
Yes.
may have been exposed over the years a little bit to the culture and things like that, you're still Canadian and you grew up in a first world country.
Correct.
And making that decision as a woman to come to Trinidad and establish a business in this sort of culture, in a man's world, as we say, you know, you're going to share your story and part of your success,
Yes,
where it
thank
came
you.
from. Today, you know, we're going to be talking about dominating in TNT, being part of Trinidad, planting seeds and roots here now, you.
Correct.
In terms of a business, construction, the moment we hear construction, we think male, we think man, right? And as a woman, and as a CEO, the head of that organization. So it takes a lot of determination, it takes a lot of being very persistent, resilient, hard work.
Determination.
You're so right, and commitment
Correct.
to make it happen.
Correct. Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about where it all started, you know, from your heritage,
Right.
from Trinidad,
so,
your roots.
Blessed to have great parents, like you stated. My birth mom was born in Trinidad and Tobago in San Fernando.
Nice.
And then I was adopted by the best family out here who was also Trinidadian, and they were born and raised in Sandy Grande. So when they decided to, I guess, allow me to understand my roots and my heritage, I started coming to Trinidad as a young girl.
Nice.
And understanding, you know, the pros and cons about living in Canada and having the accessibility to Trinidad. And it was amazing, from the food to the culture to, you know, different ethnicities. I'm from a
Correct.
very multicultural country.
Yeah.
So right now it's so interesting to see how things develop. So it was nice that I had that opportunity from a young girl growing up.
Of all the foods, Trinidadian food, you know, I like food. Of all the different dishes that you've tasted and over the years coming to, what is your all-time favorite?
Oh, I have to give in. I need a good roti.
A nice
A
roti.
chicken roti. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Very nice. And you feel very much part of Trinidad being part of your home, part of who you are as well. Do you connect with Trinidad in that respect?
There's times there's some controversy, and I guess that's just the way I was brought up. So
Right.
remember, being born Canadian, there's a lot of different aspects in which we do things. And it's interesting because we are in a go society. And here it's a little bit more laid back. And I find it interesting. So
Did that make it easier for you to integrate, to sow your seeds? Did you feel it was easier, not as aggressive in terms of, you know, as much as it's laid back, you could now stand your ground, your worth, in sense that you didn't have to be rushed or pushed or, you know, it was easier for you to settle.
I wouldn't say easier. I still saw that there was some places where I had to still put up that fight in a sense.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And not just being a female, but just being considered as a foreigner. It was
exactly.
It's very, very interesting in which the way people accept you in Trinidad. So from the time you hear me speak, that's a dead giveaway. It's either you went to school away, or you're not from here, you're American, and I say it's whatever you want it to be. It's whatever you want it to be, but it has its challenges. It really does.
Good. It must have been a decision that you made to leave familiar. Now, even though you came on vacations and you felt part of it and you met your family and you were introduced to the culture and lifestyle
Correct.
and things like that, you're still Canadian at the end of the day. You're still come from a different world.
Correct.
In the sense of different values, and things are done a lot more professional, exposed to, certain
Yes,
standards and
yes.
things like that.
Yes.
What was it that gave you the thought that I could go back to Trinidad and plant some seeds and do my business there, and choose Trinidad over Canada in terms of that aspect of your life?
I love this question. So, die-hard answer. Before my father passed away, he was building a home in Grandy. And I was just impressed. I said, so you're just building this house? And he said, this is my vision. And I said, okay. And I was only 13.
Yeah.
And I saw his vision, and he had his blueprints. And he's like, and this is what I'm going to do for you guys. So when you're on vacation, or when we're on vacation,
Yeah.
this is somewhere where you can go.
Right.
And I said, okay, no problem. I like that. And he was just building. And I was like, so where's the inspector, and where's the ministry of, where's all these people that, I'm used to seeing on job sites?
There's a
and can't-
protocol and a way for things to happen.
Yeah, where's the permit that you have to put outside on the lawn? And where's all the fence that you have to use to fence up your property before you start construction? And he's like, no, we don't have to do that here.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, okay. I said, so who's the contractor that's going to help you? He goes, I'm going to do it myself. I said, yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, and just the fact that he said he's doing it himself. We have to get a licensed electrician, a licensed plumber, a licensed contractor.
Yes.
And I mean, everybody has to be licensed, a licensed engineer. So I said, wait, if my dad can do this, and he's a very smart man, God rest his soul, I can do this too.
Very nice.
And I just saw the potential and the opportunity. And I was 13. And I
13,
I was
you had
13.
that vision of, and you knew what you wanted.
Yes, I've
And I
always
think-
loved construction.
Yeah, and I think if we know what we want, we blossom
Correct,
well in it. We flourish.
correct.
We reap the benefits. Not that it's not easy, it's difficult,
Mm-hmm.
but we accept every challenge that comes the way because we know what we want.
Correct.
And
correct.
we also know what we are capable of doing.
Correct.
So at 13 years old, you ignited that flame in your soul.
Correct.
This is what I want, this is what I'm going to do. And you will focus on that.
Yes.
At what age did you, so you knew it was Trinidad. You knew you were coming back to plant some seeds and
I knew I was going to do construction work,
Yeah.
but I didn't know for certain at that time it was Trinidad. And that didn't hit me until after I had my son, and I'm working and I have 2 jobs, and I found I'm just working to pay bills. I'm just working to make sure that my son is having what he needs, not even what he wants. A roof over his head and a proper diet and a good schooling and education. So as a single mom that I've been for many years, that was one of my trades. I had 2 jobs, and I said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. It doesn't even make sense. And then I said, I'm going to take my construction knowledge that I have, and I'm going to bring it back home. And I always said Trinidad was back home, because I felt like I was always home when I was here.
You always felt that
Yeah.
peace within
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
You connected very well.
Yes, yes.
And that's good. You see, the thing is, you certainly didn't give up and did not allow that system to get the better of you.
No.
You knew what you wanted, and you've really worked towards that.
Correct.
I'll tell you, I mean, I'm well traveled.
Great.
I had the opportunity to study in Australia. I've traveled the world. I'm quite fortunate and blessed. I've had lots of experiences and the opportunity to perhaps live in different parts of the world. But the point is, like you, I've always felt that Trinidad is my home. And I've always fought for what I believe in, because I know what I believe in is what I can do best, very much like you. Understanding the real world now, when I talk to our viewers near and far, there are so many women right now in the same scenario, perhaps like both of us, because I'm a single parent, not by choice, but because my husband died. So I had no choice but to get up and get things going, be mother, father, and make things happen, because I had nobody to depend on but myself, and like you. And so it is important that people understand, that we understand what it's like to struggle. We may look like we're well put together and we're polished, but you do not know. We're very much and similar to each and every one of you, every one woman out there struggling with 2 and 3 jobs, or trying to pay the bills, or don't know where the funds coming from to do something, to cut and paste and make things happen, to cut back on ourselves.
Correct.
Sometimes we need things done and we think, well, this money could go towards something else, so I'm not going to do it. A simple thing as nails. You know, there are women, I myself, there was a time when I would not go it, and now I do it myself, because so it's little things that we cut back on ourselves for our joy, our happiness, to make things happen.
Yes, correct.
But that's all right if we accept that and if we choose that. But what is important is that you do not accept less for yourself. You do not cut things short for yourself when it comes to your goals and your dreams, because like her and like me, you could make it happen as well. Yeah? Let's go to these important messages, and when we return, we continue our conversation. And, you know, if you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. Send us a WhatsApp, 3847142. Let's go to these messages. Stay with us.
You need some cash. You need it now. Without the stress, we'll tell you how.
At JMMB Express Finance, there are no fees on unsecured loans from $2,500 to $75,000. That's a fact. None, not one. No fees, no fuss, no catch. Approval in 24 hours, and the funds go direct to your account. Come in or call Jeff today.
Call 2244-JEF.
Behind every mistake, there's a person. And behind every struggle, there's a story waiting to be told. This is Redemption, a road to rehabilitation and recovery, where honesty meets hope and change begins. I am Prem Badri. I was a part of the problem, and now I want to be part of the solution. So join me on Real TV every Thursday at 6 p.m. See you there.
In a world full of noise, choose clarity. The Real News digital publication is your choice for important news coverage. From influential figures shaping our nation to a powerful week in review that keeps you informed. The weekly edition is available for download on all of our social media platforms. Smart, sharp, essential. Real News digital publication. Stay informed, stay educated, stay empowered.
National Lotus Theatre and Sita Prasad proudly present Pavana, Winds of Change. A spectacular theatrical experience filled with suspense, drama, comedy and romance. Bringing the very best of Indo theatre in Trinidad to the stage. Journey through a powerful modern day story inspired by ancient teachings with electrifying performances by Sabita Sukhdeo and group, Nishana Dance Academy, Abigail Mansing, Gregory Paul and the talented, versatile Timothy Ramprasad. One night only, Saturday 25th July 2026 at 6:30 p.m. at the fully air-conditioned Diwali Nagar Auditorium. Get your tickets now at Prem Singh's Chagwanas and Q Rev. For more information, call Sita Prasad at 252-5773. Pavana, Winds of Change, where emotions rise, secrets unfold, and destiny takes center stage.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Today I'm in conversation with Deanne Donaldson, and she is the CEO of SL Contracting and Consultants Limited. Born in Canada with roots here in Trinidad and Tobago, and now relocated, starting her business and doing exceptionally well. Yes, welcome back.
Thank you.
So now that you've established 13 years old, I realized this is what I would like to do, constructing.
Correct.
You, as an adult, you decided then it will be Trinidad and Tobago.
Correct.
Let's talk about that transition from Canada, coming back to Trinidad and Tobago with not too many standards.
It's a little tough. But
Yeah, let's talk about that.
to be honest, my father also said, anything that you learn, you should be able to teach someone else and bring your knowledge back home. He goes, they classify us as a third world country, but there's a lot of us that are smart and are willing to learn. And if we have something that we can bring back home and make it a better place, why not? And that resonated with me as well.
Yeah.
So in my transition, I said, you know what? I'm a knowledgeable woman and I have standards, and I would like other women like myself who might be a single mom, a young girl in college or university trying to find her way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let me see if I can find people that I can help and assist to better themselves.
Very nice.
So I started with that initially when
Great.
coming back, yes.
You had to build a team in order to, to get what you needed done the right way.
Correct.
I'm sure you would set a certain standard.
Correct.
And you had that level of professionalism, dealing with a polished woman who understands when I do something, it has to be right. It has to be acceptable. It has
Correct.
to be the standard that you first appreciate so that your clients could be comfortable.
Yes, yes.
I think let's talk about your targeting, because here you are coming back to Trinidad. Thousands of people not just looking for jobs, but will do odds and ends.
Yes.
That will, but you are setting up something, a business that is professional. You had to gather a group of people that met your standard
Correct.
because it all depends on what you give, because a lot of the work you do has to be seen.
Correct.
Your customer
Correct.
has to be satisfied with it. Let's talk about the building stages, and then we'll go to how did you target to get your clients,
So
to sell them that you need to use my company.
you need to choose me, us. So what I did is I took some time just to analyze the economy. And then before doing my whole transition to Trinidad from Canada, I already started to acquire some clients that were retirees. So they're like, I'm heading back home, and oh gosh, girl, I wish you were there to fix up my mother's house that I'm gonna be taking over. And I said, okay, I can do that. And so during the COVID, or the ending of COVID, I acquired some clients that were returning from England and the US and so forth.
But that's brilliant.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
what a way to start, with people
Yes.
returning home. And a lot of people do that. They invest like your dad,
Mm-hmm.
live abroad for many years with safe money and build a house in Trinidad, or renovate a parent's or a heritage property.
Correct.
And that's a brilliant way, a
Yes.
wonderful way to
Yes.
start building from that sort of clientele, the international clientele. Even though they perhaps, like you, would have had roots and heritage in Trinidad.
Correct.
The point is they were exposed to a different standard.
Right.
And that is something now, in terms of even relating and understanding that sort of language and what they want, it was the perfect match.
Yes. So just being able to communicate with them and actually allowing them to see my dedication to their work, to their job, to their home, to their family was number one. That's where it started for me in Canada. And then I said to them, I can do the same in Trinidad. I had to let them know I am diehard, I'm going to do it. So we would start doing things virtually and via PDF and so forth, emailing each other. And with that came with, when are you going home, Deanne? I said, when are you going to be home, sir? And I'll meet you in the airport. And we would set our dates and we would travel together.
Brilliant.
And then, you know what, we will go through the job. And I said, listen, if I'm not here, my crew will execute it to my standard. And
Brilliant.
I made sure of that.
How did you put your crew together that you know that you could trust, that could give you what you asked for, or rather what your client would expect?
So I took one day about 2.5 years ago, and I was driving around and I was watching people building their homes and stuff, and I'm watching, you know, young men and some young women out there working, and I just sat in my vehicle and I would watch. I would watch the ones that would be working while the other ones are eating, or the other one is taking a break. And I would just approach them and say, so what is it that you really do? And what is this considered as? And, you know, how much do you get paid to do this? I would just inquire, you know.
You did your little research, one-on-one, nice.
Yes. And so I bumped into a young man and a young lady, and they are brother and sister, believe it or not. It was just beautiful. And so with that, or stating that, he said, yeah, I can do that. I said, well, you can do what? He goes, I can build a house. I said, show me. Show me. He goes, okay, come to my home. And he showed me the stature or the structure that he was already putting up on his own. And he gave me the walkthrough and he showed me, this is my lintel, and I did my casting this, and I dug by this much, and my boxing, and our terminologies were fairly similar, but a little bit different. Mm-hmm. So building a house in Trinidad is very different than building a house in Canada or even in the US. Mm-hmm. We deal with a lot of different temperatures and seasons, and you guys just have two. It's either it's raining or it's sunny, right? Mm-hmm. So with that, just listening to him talk and his passion about finishing his home, we connected right there.
Right.
And then his sister came outside, and she's like, what's going on? And I said, well, nice to meet you, I'm Deanne. And she introduced herself. And she said, yeah, he's building this house by himself and so forth. I said, okay, and what's your job? She goes, whatever he needs me to do, I'm there. If he wants me to mix concrete, I'm going to mix it. If he wants me to bring some blocks, I'm going to bring it.
Yeah.
If he wants me to hold something, I'm going to hold it.
Yeah.
And so I already saw the unity between the brother and sister.
Nice.
And I said, okay, good. So I said, and that's all you can do? And she said, no. I'm very good with my computer. I'm very good with doing hair. I said, okay. Yeah. So she gave me a little rundown and bio about herself. And I said, okay. I said, I'm going to talk to you guys later. I took their numbers down, and they said, okay. And then I made sure to build a relationship with them first outside of work. It was from her doing my hair. She started doing my hair. It was him coming, and I was like, hey, could you paint this wall for me and fix up this room? And just watching his skill set, very professional, covered things down, taped things, move, miss, could I move this? Very pleasant, respectful.
That's so important as well.
It was amazing. So I watched that. Then I said, who else do you work with? And he goes, oh, I have 2 good friends. Well, he said the word partner. I said, oh, okay. I said, I would like to see how you guys work together.
Yes.
And so he showed me that unity. When he got to the job site, he was the one telling them what to do. And they just took the instruction.
Brilliant.
And then you come back in 2 hours, and it's what you wanted to see. It was what needed to be executed for the day. And that was the best thing. Good. And then his sister came, and she would be, are you guys done? Oh, you get through? I was like, oh, okay. Right? So it was just nice to see that unity. So brother went and worked with his crew. Sister came by to make sure they were okay, and if they needed anything. And I like that. So it started with those 2.
Yeah, you see, it just starts there.
Yes.
I want to elaborate a little bit on that, sister, because I am aware that there are so many women, single women,
Yes, yes.
who have 2 and 3 children, sometimes 4 to deal with.
Correct.
And they have their day job, and in the evening they do extra work like painting and cleaning and things that that you may think a man would want to do, but they are willing to go the extra mile to ensure that they get that extra dollar to feed their family.
Indeed.
And so there are lots of women out there as well that are like that young lady, are very willing to work. I see women, I mean, the first time I saw construction and women actually in construction in their saris was in India. And I couldn't believe, I stood up in awe.
Wow.
And see these women building walls and doing things. Women in saris and carrying buckets of cement and things like that.
Correct.
I saw it there. And then, you know, now I'm seeing a lot of women, even in Trinidad, are stepping up. They're doing plumbing, they're doing tiles, and they are happy and grateful for jobs.
Yes.
So the point is, what you do is you are also, I mean, you're doing a service in your business for people, but the point is, what is the win-win is that you're also stimulating and you are making employment. You're giving people jobs, you're employing people, are helping them to flourish and pay their bills, giving them the opportunity to get a good, honest day's work.
Yes.
And that is the win-win of it. It's really a win-win when you think of it.
And there's a lot of young, driven individuals out here that have the skill set or the want or the drive.
The drive, that they know they've got to work and they're willing. And we just need to give them that chance.
Correct.
And give them the opportunity to work.
Correct.
And we could get things done.
Correct.
This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation about women struggling and making things happen. Let's go to these messages.
Looking for all your back-to-school essentials? Well, come on down to Keith Muhammad Books and School Supplies, where we have a wide variety of stationery and stencil supplies. We have wide ranges of textbooks on math, science, and even literature. We also are the sole distributors of the Malaysian publisher Mind to Mind, and have bestsellers Sudoku and Word Search. Visit us at our opening hours and feel our warm hospitality. We are located at number 5 Railway Road, San Juan, and WhatsApp us at 777-7341 for more info.
I am Walter Stewart, President of the Trinidad and Tobago National Council of Parent-Teacher Associations Incorporated. Join us every Thursday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Real TV, where we look at NPTA Speaks, National Parent-Teacher Association Speaks, on topical and relevant issues pertaining to parents, teachers, education, and students of Trinidad and Tobago. This, of course, encapsulates local, regional, and international audiences every Thursday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Real TV, NPTA Speaks.
Let's get straight to the point. I am Dale Edwards, Dale the Voice, and we're going to get straight to the point right here on Real TV. Join me Monday to Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. when we talk the hard truth. We're not beating around the bush. We're getting straight to the point, dealing with real issues, social, politics, and much more. Monday to Friday, the only place to be is right here on Real TV.
3.2 million ways to say thank you. And I want to say thank you for giving us 3.2 million views on Real TV. Don't miss the action. Don't miss a beat. Make sure and follow us on every social media platform. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Even follow us on YouTube. Click that subscribe button. And of course, download the Tego app so that you carry us wherever you are. 3.2 million views and we're going higher. Make sure and be a part of the realest of all reels, Real TV.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, to all of our local, regional and international viewers. And of course, I just want to talk a little bit about what Dale just said. He is blazing the trail. Remember, you can join him. He's a force to be reckoned with. You can join him straight to the point, weekdays from 4 to 6 right here on Real TV. And he is on fire every afternoon, all right? So remember to look out for that. And as I said, he's really blazing the trail. He's very intense in what he does, very passionate about it. And so he's doing exceptionally well. And of course, to the 3.2 and growing viewers, million viewers, thank you. You all made it possible. We are forever grateful. But I am asking you to continue to like it and share, because it's great information. Knowledge is power. And when we have knowledge, of course, we make better decisions. We see things in a different way. We think outside of the box. When we make better decisions and choices today, in this moment, certainly we'll all embrace a better tomorrow, putting things in place for the future, and the future, our children. Yeah. Today I'm in conversation with a woman who is a force to be reckoned with as well, the wind beneath many wings. I'm speaking of Deanne Donaldson, and she is the CEO of SL Contracting and Consultants Limited. Welcome back. And if you've just joined us, was born in Canada. She's got family and friends here in Trinidad. Over the years, as a child, she visited, was experiencing the nice, you know, when you come on vacation, is the best of the best you get.
Correct.
Because you get all the food and you get to go to all the nice places in Trinidad and meet all the nice family. So you see the best of everything. Visiting and going on vacation and living, two completely different things.
Very different. Very different.
What, when you relocated and you've decided, good, I am going to set up my business in Trinidad. You already know in your heart you're going to have good days and bad days.
Yes.
But you decided, despite what comes my way, I'm going to fight this and I'll make it happen. You did.
Yes.
You made it happen.
Yes.
You've created an avenue where people could get jobs, so you've created jobs. You've created an avenue where people can get construction at a very affordable rate.
Yes.
When it comes to not just affordability, but quality.
Yes.
Because sometimes things look very pretty and there's no quality in it.
Yes.
So all, these are the things that matter. Word of mouth, you know, in the sense that if I give you the contract to set up the studio for me, and I'm happy with the studio, I'm pleased with it, I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah.
The truth is, if somebody is doing another construction, I will say, hey, I could recommend myself because it was great, it was excellent.
Yeah.
So I have the power within it to say it was good or bad. And that is what is important. The takeaway is always good.
Yes.
Referrals, word of mouth.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges that you faced?
The biggest challenge is when I show up to a person's home or business, they were not expecting me as a woman to do the walkthrough. They thought I was just the receptionist who answered the phone and took the appointment. But not knowing that I was a person that was going to guide them or give them constructive criticism or give them the idea or the potential for that space. And it was always like, a woman in construction? You sure you know this? You sure you know what you're doing? And I said, for sure. I said, I might not know everything. And that's why I hire knowledgeable people. I'm not going to know everything. But I come back and I deliberate with my team. And we find the best way to execute, to solve the problem and bring it to a standard of living, working environment, etc. So just being a female that showed up to give that consultation with the client, a lot of time was very interesting. Because I'm also meeting males. It's very rare I've met a female who was the homeowner. Now I'm having more of that opportunity. We're having more females who own their own homes.
Correct.
Or their condos, or who are opening businesses or starting their business and building a structure.
Nice.
So yes, I'm running into that more. But now, previously, it was more a male thing where the males would meet you and tell you what's the problem and what they want fixed, how much they're willing to spend, and what they wanted, and if they felt I was good enough to execute that.
I'll tell you what some of the challenges I faced, or I still face, as a woman, as the CEO of a company, a media house.
Yeah.
People look at you and they think you're a woman, number one. they realize, well, she's a single woman, there's no man around. That's far from the truth. I have my brothers and I have my male
Right.
cookers.
We have our army.
Yes. And people think, oh, she has a media house and she's on television. So they see dollar signs.
Yeah.
So if an air condition has to be, I'm just giving examples, like when I
Correct.
was constructing, you would get different quotes from different people because obviously every dollar matters.
Yes.
Every dollar you could save could go towards something else, to pay another bill or to you're
Correct.
saving. I've learned that
Correct.
from small.
Yes.
So I know to ask for a discount. I know to, But the point is, I've been always had that experience where they think because you're a single woman, because whatever, they feel they see dollar signs and they think they could. So if something is $200, oh, well, it's $400, but I could give you for $350. And I stand just as they say that is just they think they could manipulate or see.
Yes,
I say, well, I'll tell you something, that same job and that same quote you just gave me, I could get it for $200. If you could beat that or you could give me that price, not a problem. We could
Correct.
talk. If not, let's end this right here. I learned to be strong.
Yeah.
I learned to stand up for my rights.
You
I'm not
have
going
to.
to rob anybody, but what is fair, what is good for Peter is good for Paul.
Yes.
And if you follow,
Yes,
I
yes.
should not be judged because I am a woman or a single woman or you think you don't know much. Of course, we women get up and you think we don't do little searches to see where cheaper or call around or say, give me a discount. And those are relationships that you now build for life. So you will call on that person, penny wise, pound stupid.
Yeah.
You want to bust somebody through it and charge them heavy or whatever. You think you're ever going to get the business. But if you form a relationship and you do a good job, and you do it at a reasonable rate,
Yes.
that is the number that you're going to call in the future. Hey, now, I need this done. You could come and get it done. So it's about building relationships. It's about allow people to trust you, and it's about being honest.
Yes. So, there's always the area of us being taken advantage of. It goes without saying. But also what I try to tell people is that, listen, if you're a loyal customer to me, I'm even more loyal to you. Because I'm going to say, Miss Zelisa called me about 10 times this month. So you know what? As a loyal customer, I have to make sure and give her a little bit of a break. You know what? I don't want to charge her any labor. I just want to get the job done for her and tell her, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy birthday.
I'll tell you
That's on us.
something. That is another problem I think we have in Trinidad, deadlines.
Yes.
Meeting deadlines.
Yes.
And I think that is something where we really, really need to, if you give a commitment or you tell someone, listen, this is a projection, this is a day, this is a time that we're going to deliver, that is so important.
So I find it so funny that they say, I can't work today, it's raining. I said, excuse?
Well, Lord Father, you hit it on the nail on the head. And it's the same thing I say and I encounter you absolutely. I say to my employees, wait now, people going through snowstorm and they reach into work earlier.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth. I said, we deal with so many elements where I'm from. We can't pick up the phone and call our boss and say, I'm not coming to work today. It's snowing, it's minus 40 outside. We have men and women who are building structures and buildings sky high. And obviously, the higher you go, the colder it gets. And they're outside on a scaffold.
They're working and making
They're
an honest
working.
day's work.
Yes.
You're absolutely correct. Too many excuses and shortcuts,
I find that.
I
find
agree.
that.
And I think that's part of the culture. A Monday you don't come to work,
needs
it's
to
because you're in
change.
Coral Lyman. You have the weekend to do that.
Correct.
Get back to work, because the day you don't come, it cuts short of the responsibility of your commitment towards delivering.
Correct.
And people don't realize that. They
And I had to learn that the hard way.
Yes. Yeah.
So when I thought a job should take 3 days, I have to say to myself, okay, the weather, okay, roadblock. I have to take all these things into consideration.
You're correct.
Because I want to know what my employees might give me as an excuse. But I don't want to hit my clients with an excuse.
Exactly.
So I'm going to give you a further deadline, and we're going to execute it earlier, and you're going to be more happy.
Yeah.
This job is going to take us 3 weeks, and we finish in a week and a half. You're like, wait, the real do work,
yes.
and
then,
you're happy.
And the beauty is, they are happy because they get it before time, and
Yes.
they could now. but the beauty is you could also start another job and make some extra money. So it's
Correct.
a win-win all around.
Correct.
And I
Correct.
think people just need
Correct.
to understand things like that, have a little respect for job. And I'm sure you experience that in Trinidad. The culture in Trinidad is a little different.
Very.
You go to the bank is because they're on the phone. And that's when you take your lunchtime to go. And you have to sit and wait. Customer service, we really need to fix those things.
It's a big area that needs improvement.
Yeah.
And you hit the nail on the head with that one. I went to the bank.
You're supposed to be at work for 8 o'clock. You bouncing in 8:30. Then you want to go and have coffee or eat your doubles or your pie or your breakfast or whatever it is. You're not even ready for work. But, and you are not understanding that you're holding the day's production.
Yeah, you need productivity.
And so I think it is important that we have rules and we lay down things from the very beginning. This doesn't happen here. I'm not going to allow it.
Yes.
So you know what? I'm going to have a paper trail.
Yes.
I hit you 3 that you have no respect for my job. The door is there. Go on. It doesn't work with me.
Correct.
It doesn't work with
Correct.
me. I'm not saying there are days that you're a little sick or days that you have to understand. It's
We're
a little
human.
cut and paste.
We're human.
We're human.
Yeah.
But don't take advantage of what you have and the opportunity to work and flourish and do something every day. You're making that excuse. You finish and work 4 o'clock, by 3:30 you're locking down and go and putting on your powder and whatever to go home. What is this?
It's just the culture, as you said.
But you know who's responsible for that? The business owners.
Well, I was going to say, my thing is, I don't mind if you come to work late, but I need you to still execute what your day is supposed to.
Exactly. Now, if you come to work a little late once in a while, but you could get it done, executed within, that's okay.
Correct.
But it can't be a habit.
No.
Have some respect for your job. Have some respect and regard and gratitude. I have a job. This is paying me.
Yeah.
Let me be respectful of the rules.
Yeah. Because my thing is, if your paycheck came late, how do you feel?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you see this? All day you on the phone.
Yes.
You're supposed to be doing your job, but you online on the phone sending messages. What is that?
Yes.
How can you concentrate? How can you give an honest day's job? So I'm sure you encounter all of those things.
Correct.
Correct. Let's go to these important messages. This is the program Conversations with Zelisa. Let's go to these messages. Stay with us.
You need some cash. You need it now. Without the stress, we'll tell you how.
At JNMB Express Finance, there are no fees on unsecured loans from $2,500 to $75,000. That's a fact. None, not one. No fees, no fuss, no cash. Approval in 24 hours, and the funds go direct to your account. Come in or call Jeff today.
Call 2244-JEF.
Looking for all your back-to-school essentials? Well, come on down to Keith Muhammad Books and School Supplies, where we have a wide variety of stationery and stencil supplies. We have wide ranges of textbooks on math, science, and even literature. We also are the sole distributors of the Malaysian publisher Mind to Mind, and have bestsellers Sudoku and Word Search. Visit us at our opening hours and feel our warm hospitality. We are located at number 5 Railway Road, San Juan, and WhatsApp us at 777-7341 for more info.
Join us on Real TV for Highlights with Alan Ferguson, a program where we aim to level the playing field through meaningful conversation and real action. We highlight the positive developments happening within communities across Trinidad and Tobago, while also addressing the concerns and challenges affecting government agencies and everyday citizens. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m., only on Real TV.
International Lotus Theatre and Sita Prasad proudly present Pavana, Winds of Change. A spectacular theatrical experience filled with suspense, drama, comedy and romance, bringing the very best of Indo theatre in Trinidad to the stage. Journey through a powerful modern-day story inspired by ancient teachings with electrifying performances by Sabita Sukhdeo and group, Nishana Dance Academy, Abigail Mansing, Gregory Paul and the talented, versatile Timothy Ramprasad. One night only, Saturday 25th July 2026 at 6:30 p.m. at the fully air-conditioned Diwali Nagar Auditorium. Get your tickets now at Prem Singh's Chagwanas and Q Rep. For more information, call Sita Prasad at 252-5773. Pavana, Winds of Change, where emotions rise, secrets unfold, and destiny takes center stage.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV. To all of our local, regional and international viewers, all those of you on Tego, the app, thanks for choosing us. Remember to download it. It's absolutely free and you could look at Real TV real time, anytime and be part of the dynamic programming, because all day, every day, absolutely wonderful information that you could take away. The advice is always rich, is always solid when it comes to what we deliver, so you can apply it and of course taste success. Speaking of success, I am in conversation with Deanne Donaldson, CEO, SL Contracting and Consultants Limited. A woman making things happen, being able to take control and living her dream. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. And I have to also add, knowing my worth. I know my worth.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
You're absolutely correct.
Yes.
And that is something a lot of people don't understand. It's deep, but it's true. Know your worth.
Important.
Very often we settle for less.
Yes.
We accept other people or other things to get the better of us, not knowing our true worth and our value.
Correct. And that sometimes holds us back from being our true self or being able to achieve what we really should and want to achieve in life.
That's great advice. You're absolutely true. Yeah. Very often we settle for less or allow a situation or a person to get the better of us. Just this morning I was speaking to someone just prior to the show starting, and that's exactly what I said to him. I said, listen, know who you are.
Yes.
Know what you're capable of doing and don't allow anybody to steal your joy.
Correct.
You know, very often that's the scenario we find ourselves in, and that's when we lose.
Yes.
Sometimes it's also important to put a zip on it. Observe. Stand back.
Oh yes.
I mean, there are times you have to go into battle and open your mouth and say, this is not acceptable, or I don't like this, or I don't believe in it, or this is wrong. But then there are times you need to breathe, count from 1 to 10, step back, observe, take in.
Yes.
Give a little quiet, a little peace.
Moment of silence. It's important. Think before you speak. Very important. A lot of times we talk on impulse, anger, emotions. So in business, it's something that you have to really practice.
And that's when we allow people to get the better of us, you know.
Yeah.
That's when we lose, when we allow people to take control of what we set out to do and deviate or take us on a different path to get the worst, bring out the worst, you know.
Correct.
What advice do you have for women starting up a business in a man's world?
So I'm going to tell you, the best thing to do is, if you know that's what you want and that's your passion, go for it. Don't allow anyone to hold you back, to suppress you, to be condescending in any way, because they truly don't know your worth. And when you know your worth, you're going to be able to execute that, start your business, look for good employees, loyal employees, dedicated employees, family members. Sometimes they're there to support you, sometimes they're not. But you have to know that if this is your passion, the love, this is what you wake up and you breathe, you dream about, you can do it. And truly, this has been my passion. Many didn't know, and I liked it that way.
You came to Trinidad, yes, you have family and friends here, but in terms of a support system, what was your support system?
I really didn't have one. I really didn't have one. So I took those 3 years to study the economy and study the culture. And then I was able to come back and say, listen, with or without, whether it's family or friends, I can execute this. From starting a business, to getting great clientele, to getting great suppliers, to getting better customers. I didn't have the support. I really didn't. And it was kind of shocking because, again, you sure that's what you want to do? People don't pay, And I said, people don't pay if they don't respect what you're doing. But if you have certain standards and you have things in place, they'll understand.
You're absolutely
So
correct.
I came with a different forum for construction. And dealing with people who are returning could relate to me. And then, they would introduce me to their family and friends and business workers and colleagues. Yes. And then they just realized that, hey, I come with a contract, I come with a proposed execution date to start and finish. There are some places where you have to make amendments due to unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, the communication is important.
True.
Your staff is important. And the respect that your staff has for you, because they're a representation of you.
Absolutely true. And that's what I say to my staff.
Yes.
You represent this company. You represent me. You represent what I've built, what I stand for.
What you're still building.
Yeah. We spoke about the challenges, but what would you say today is your greatest accomplishment thus far?
Greatest accomplishment? I have to say, getting into all the areas that I've decided to enter into, which was aggregate, and then now we have actually entered into the Tobago market. It's another great accomplishment. It's different. It's a sister island, clearly, and just dealing with people again now is virtually or via email or phone call. But that's another accomplishment that I'm really happy about. And again, you're still dealing with those who are returning back home.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. To me, Tobago is a slice of heaven. I love Tobago, and I love the people in Tobago.
Yes.
I just think they're very warm and inviting and accommodating and very caring.
Yes.
And from the moment you get to Tobago, you just feel different.
Yes.
I really love Tobago, so I'm happy. I think that's a big accomplishment in terms of, starting in Trinidad, but now branching off in Tobago, and who knows what's next, perhaps the islands,
Yeah, I'm looking at it, yes.
And I really want to applaud you as a woman for standing, knowing your worth and standing up against all odds, everything negative that may have been, the wind that came. You were able to stand tall, accomplish, and be an inspiration to women and to girls that nothing is impossible. If you have that trait, first you have to trust yourself.
Correct.
First you have, like you say, I love that you reminded us of that. Know your worth and know what you're capable of doing. You set those standards, you set those goals, and you work. Don't allow, you have to stand strong. There are days, of course, we're human. There are days we're going to have great days, and then there are days that it will just be down.
Yes.
But you just have to know to pick up your pieces and move on. You can't stay down forever.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
I want to thank you for taking time to come. I'm sure we'll have other conversations because it's women like you that continue to inspire our girls, our young women, that nothing is impossible.
Correct.
If you put your energy and mind to something, you can make it happen.
Yes.
And the universe has a way of putting things in place.
Yes.
And like I always say, When a door will close, another one will open, because there's always a master plan. Trust the process. Trust God.
I agree. I agree.
You're never alone, because God is always there if you accept and allow God to take control with faith and trust. It happens.
Amen to that. Yes.
So
Amen
God
to
bless
that.
you as you grow from strength to strength in
Thank you.
all of your future endeavors. And I wish you only continued success.
Thank you.
May that bright light shine in your path. And you're such a lovely lady.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I could see you being very infectious and touching the lives of the people around you.
I'm trying my utmost best. Yes, yes.
Great.
Yes.
So blessings, and I'm sure we'll have other conversations.
Likewise, blessings to you and everybody in your studio here. Great place to be. Thank you so much for having
All the
me.
very best. You're welcome. This is where we're going to wrap things up for today. Remember, be true and honest to yourself. Set a goal. That's the important thing. Know what you want. Know your worth. Keep smiling. Be positive. Know the best is yet to come. More importantly, with God and only God, all things are possible. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani. Thank you so much for choosing us. Stick and stay. Great programming continues right here on Real TV. Be safe. Be good. See you soon.
The views and opinions expressed in the preceding program were those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the official views of Real TV, its management, or affiliates. Content